That'll do, I think. And then the middle. Yeah, that makes sense.
It wasn't my internet. I think we're back. I hope we're back.
Okay.
I think
Hi,
we're back.
hello?
Hello.
Hi? Can you hear us? I
Uh,
see us moving, so I think we're back.
I think we're back. Welcome
I
back.
think YouTube's
We're
still
saved.
dead.
Hello. Yeah, because you have to change to the new YouTube thing. I can't, like, do it again, I don't think.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, well,
Yeah.
we're back.
We're back. Hello. Welcome back. What was I saying?
That is a very good
Ah,
question.
yes. I've caught a glimpse of the orphan experience. I'm so sorry.
Oh, apologies. We'll try not to abandon you again.
I live. Oh, good, Shadow Freak. I'm glad you made it over to this new stream because YouTube doesn't just come back up. It's a little different. Um,
Yeah, really weird, in all honesty.
but welcome back. Hello. Don't know what the fuck happened. My internet looks fine, and but
Yeah, sorry
Twitch
about that,
bitrate
guys.
says bad, so I don't understand. My apologies. In the middle of my beautiful story about the thing. Yeah. So essentially, what it was. Yeah. Where did I cut out? So Tumblr, the NSFW,
Tumblr,
got
everyone migrated to
killed.
Instagram.
So everyone migrated to either Instagram or Twitter. However, you can't post NSFW art on Instagram. So everybody who was an NSFW artist moved to Twitter. So I specifically moved over to Twitter to follow them, right? To continue to support them. And however, they don't. If you are a public account on Twitter, you cannot private your likes. And even so, if you are a private account, and thus only people who follow you see you, people can still follow you and see you. And like, it's a whole thing. And so it's just like, ugh. So I constantly am in this struggle of getting to see some very nice NSFW art from these artists that I very much enjoy and support, and having to not interact at all with their content because otherwise every fucking buddy on Twitter is gonna know that I fucking look at certain things. And it's like, I don't want
And
that.
that's not a stress you need in your life.
I already have 3 freaking Twitter accounts. I don't need another one.
Good God. No.
Yeah,
No
see,
more.
but this is the thing, Jamie. It still comes up on my phone, right? So every once in a while, it happened the other day. It was like there's a notification on my phone from this artist that I know is an SFW artist, and it kept like coming up on the Twitter. And I was trying not to like, I didn't
No.
want to swipe the notification away because I wanted to remember, but it was like I can't open my notifications bar because otherwise the preview comes up and it's just gonna be explicit. And I was like, oh, okay, we just get to sit like this for a while until I get
Yeah,
some place that I
this is
don't. Yeah.
fine.
So that's the funny. So it's funny because the sole reason that my Twitter is mostly following NSFW art accounts is because that's where they went after Tumblr, right? And they could not go on Instagram. Every other artist that I liked from Tumblr that went on Instagram, I prefer to use Instagram over Twitter. So I followed them there. I was originally solely on Twitter for like following these accounts. Yeah. That's the exact vibe though, Jamie. That was very close to what I had. I just happened to be on my phone at the time, so it was like I can uh what's the word? Can't know the word. Filter? That's not the word I want. In math class. Oof.
Oh boy.
But you made it out alive, Jamie.
Yes.
All success, all good.
Always a plus.
All right. We haven't. I don't know if I really have any secret art. We showed a lot of art. I know stream died. And then it's like, it's midnight, but I was in the middle of a story. I'm starving now, though, Jesus. I didn't eat a lot at dinner with the grandparents because I didn't like the food that they served. But such is life.
That's rough, buddy.
It was to be expected. Midnight snack. Never cleared your notification center so fast.
Gotta get it.
I
got work tomorrow. Or I guess today.
I think it's funny. I don't know if I told this story on stream. I'm pretty sure I told Mars. But essentially, in high school was when I got introduced to, like, smut fanfiction, right? By my friend, who was very much aloe and not ace. And so that was an experience. But, they like, gave me a smut fic to read, like, on their phone on the bus. I think it was on a bus. Like, on a long bus trip, right? Like, multiple-hour bus trip. And I'm reading it, and the first thing that they tell me is, like, wow, your smut-reading face is very good. Because I was, like, emotionless, just right? And I'm like, I wonder how much of this is just the ace in there. It's just the ace in there.
It's so funny because the whole meme with, like, the straight smut face expression, but then, like, during the fluff they hold hands and you're just like, it's like, that is so freaking true.
Yes, that is exactly what it is, though.
I will squeal and giggle reading, like, hand holding, but smut, like, I could read it with the straightest freaking face.
When I read Mars's fanfiction, they're all very just fluff and sweet, and so it's very much like,
okay. Dude, the last time I tried, like, I did attempt to write smut. I did attempt. But even then, I was just like, I had to write it in a way where it was just, like, vague and poetic, because I'm like, if I say, like, if I just outright say dick or something, I feel like it's gonna take away from the moment. I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah, that's a vibe. That's why but it's also weird when it's like they use other words. Right, I read a smut once, and they used, like, the word member, right? And I was like,
oh my god,
like, this is kind of weird. Like, I'm trying to not think about it.
That word was freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
When I first started reading fanfiction, that was, like, the
go-to kind of move on.
And nowadays, everyone, like, just kind of calls it what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I wonder when the shift, like, came. No pun intended. Sorry, that was terrible. That was terrible.
But,
they use that damn word so much.
Yeah, they use that word so much. I just kind of ignored it. There was a period of time, I will admit, and I don't know how much this was being sheltered or how much this is being ace, like, I don't know. But there was a period of time when I, like, read smut that there was, like, I just kind of, when you read something and you don't know what it means, but you just kind of move on and just, like, accept that, like, that's a hole in your understanding of the story.
Oh, yeah. And you're just like, maybe I'll look it up later.
For a period of time, it was definitely, like, I didn't get that member was, like, the word they used instead of, like, dick or penis, right? Like, I didn't get it. What the hell
did you think it was?
It was a nothing space, right? It was just, I didn't know, and I moved on, right? Like it was a very, like, I don't know, because it was in, like, fics where, like, they didn't use it every time, right? When they, like, cycle through, so they're not just using the same word over and over again, right? So it was like,
but you gotta cycle so you're not repetitive.
Yeah, but so when it came up, it was just like, okay, like, I accept that I don't fully understand whatever this part of the segment is and move on.
Oh my god.
But, Jamie, that friend was my best friend, like, attached at the hip since middle school. So I knew them for about 4 years as, like, the bestest of friends before, they decided to show me, a smut fix. But they were the one who introduced me to, like, 90% of that stuff. And they were a very interesting person. And then another friend, they were both very interesting people. Yeah, it was all a very interesting experience. Yeah. It wasn't like just a friend that I had and then they like were like, here, read this. It was like, no. Like I knew this person very well.
That's kind of funny because I think that differs from my experience. I actually reconnected with a friend because we had a class together, and she got me into anime. Started me with Attack on Titan because she was like, "Oh my god, it's so good! Everyone's talking about it. You have to check this out." And it was very good. But then she put me on John and Marco fan fiction, specifically because there was one fanfic that was coming out. It was multi-chaptered and it was being updated at the time when I was reading it, and it was like, okay, I didn't realize like this was a thing people could, what's shipping, what's fandoms, what's this, like talk about your I am a baby moment.
I feel like
I had no idea what was going on, but I was along for the ride.
I feel like if I'm embarrassed to reveal what the first like smut chip fandom that I was a part of because of this friend was.
Was it Bill Dip?
No, I am more than proud to say that I shipped fun Bill Dip smut. They were mostly vampires or mermaids, so very different from the source material. No, the problem is that they weren't fictional characters, right? That's the problem that I have. That's why it's like
Was it okay? I have a guess. Was it from Supernatural?
No, I did not watch any Supernatural at all.
No?
Nope. No. That's the problem.
Damn! Because that's usually the live action one that gets everybody.
No, see, it's not live action. This was because it was my friend who shipped them very, very hard. And then, thus, that was like my introduction. No, I know, Jamie, this is why I'm embarrassed. I have not, after this pairing, I have never since. Right? Never since. So it's like, that's why I'm embarrassed.
knowing who was popular at the time, I think I know who it is. But I won't say.
It was not it was not a boy band. No.
I won't expose you like that.
Can you DM me though? Can you Discord me? I'm so curious if you get it right.
I can.
I'll Discord you the answer.
Their name.
I know you won't leave me.
Hang on.
But yeah, I'm like embarrassed. Yes. This. Yep. Yeah. Yes, you were correct.
I had a feeling.
I will tell you all if you promise not to judge me that I'm no longer this person.
I'm not exposing her, Jamie. That is not my place to do so.
I'll expose myself. If yeah, what's that whole thing? It's like the confess. I don't have to tell you anything at all unless Why would I judge you? All right, fine. Jamie, I trust you. Shadow Freak, I trust you. It was Dan and Phil from YouTube. Dan is not on fire, and Phil something. I don't remember. No, Shadow Freak cross fingers after I said it. I'm ruined. I'm cancelled. My something amount of people that exist.
No, you can't cancel Ori. I can't run this by myself. Are you kidding? That's not how this works.
Remember when Jamie asked if there would be Mars streams? Away. And Mars was like, oh.
And guess what? There still aren't. No.
Yes, my best friend was absolutely obsessed with them and introduced me to them. So I was very influenced by this friend a lot. And then there was like, so this was probably like 9th, 10th grade? No, not the power of delay. This is probably like 9th, 10th grade. And then there was like a shift when I sort of was like, I realized that all my friends are freaks and I am very ace and this is very odd. I'm just kind of here. it was a very interesting like high school experience in the sense of that like for a long time it was like all those like high school drama things about everybody like, you know, doing it and being weird and like having crushes all the time was like a very distant thing that obviously wasn't real. And then it was like, wait, this is the reality in my friend group.
It's happening and people
Wait,
are
hold
doing
on.
it. What the
I'm
fuck?
invited to parties with friends, and yes, all they play is Truth or Dare, being very weird about dares. And it was just like, yes, I will sit in the corner and watch the movie in front of me. I guess.
Yes. No one talk to me, please.
Yeah, that was this best friend that I'm talking about was constantly crushing on guys originally, and then they realized that they were like pan or bi or whatever, and then it was just everybody. So, you know, it kind of made sense in the end if you're being completely honest. Yeah, so it was a lot. And we had classic like code names for everybody, and that was fun for me. But I was just the ace in the corner that didn't know what ace was, or that ace was a thing. But everybody was just like, yeah, who cares? That's just Ori over there doing her thing, you know, whatever. The closest thing that happened was a guy that I knew since kindergarten, that I was very good friends with for a very long time, that I think that I liked at one point, but yeah, who understands what feelings are? Many years later, decided to like confess to me, and I was like, yeah, dude, that was a long time ago. I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
Sorry, man, that ship has sailed.
Yeah, and then someone wrote, and this was after I had the realization of like, yeah, you shouldn't ship like real people. That's kind of weird. At least not to the extent of like, I think you two would make a cute couple. Like, that's whatever. But like, you know, like to like your friends or something, or like, oh, I know this guy you might like. Like, that's one thing. But like, you know, the extent of like writing smut fan fiction about like real people is like kind of weird, kind of cringe.
I always wondered how they react. Like seeing that people have done that.
Some don't care.
There are some people out there who just like don't care or even laugh over it and think it's so funny, but like there are others who are like really kind of,
and that's the problem with it,
by it,
right? That's the problem with it, is that you can have either reaction, right? You know, and that's sort of the problem with it. But someone apparently wrote fan fiction about me and this guy friend of mine who confessed to me, and I was...
You had fan fiction written about you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
and then that's what I'm talking about right now, Jamie. And I was so angry. I chased them down, manhandled the fucking, you know, loose leaf paper from them. I never read it. I never did anything. I tore it up into many tiny shreds and threw it in multiple garbage cans. I was so pissed.
Damn.
That anybody would think to do that.
Guys,
it was like,
I don't think I've ever seen Ori pissed. This is scary.
That was probably one of the most pissed I've ever been. Yeah, was that moment. And honestly, most of the things that I can think about being vehemently pissed do relate to this sort of like, oh, we like shipped you together, and then like him being sort of weird after it and being very annoyed. So it was like, oh no, not a good time.
Just makes things so awkward.
The guy who hung out with your friend's mom and cooked all night, that sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good time. Yeah, I was invited to multiple parties that were very classically like high school parties of like, we're gonna play Truth or Dare, and all the dares are gonna be dared to kiss people or like be weird and do stuff. And it was just like, I mean, I was invited here because like I'm like, you're my friends, you know, but I don't want to do that. I'll just sit over here and take in all the information. I don't know if I would have said I had a easier time talking to adults than people of my own age, because I still had like,
I would definitely say
interests, right? Like I still like enjoyed watching anime, and like I still liked watching Dan and Phil as like their content, right? You know, like I still enjoyed the things that they enjoyed. But then when it was like I learned what they did at sleepovers, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I wasn't invited. You know, I was a little FOMO before, but not at all now. Thank you. Awesome. Nice. So,
Thank you for
yes.
assuaging my fears.
Thank you for making me not feel bad at all now.
Yay!
And then and then I learned about what Ace was, and I was like, ah, yes, this is the valid experience.
Like, yes, this feels
awesome.
right.
This is the good time. Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, when I look back at like my high school life, it was surprisingly me being a side character in like a teen drama. Like, I'm not joking. It was too much. It was too nuts.
But then eventually you became the main character.
I was definitely...
You just had to wait a couple seasons.
I was definitely the person that was like, I will totally, like, view this drama unfold, but solely so that I can then tell my mom on you, so that we can make sure you don't get abducted by some man you met on the internet.
Oh my god.
Yep, that was the time. Lots of, experiences. Yeah. Essentially, one of my best friends got into a very classically red flag creeper relationship from the internet. You know, very bad stuff. And ended up being like, yes, I would like to meet this person in real life. And you're going to be my cover story, right? Because you're my friend. And I'm going to say I'm having a sleepover at your house, but I'm really going to this hotel with this guy that I have never even video chatted with before. And it was like, oh yes, this is a brilliant plan. Hangs up phone. Mom, can we have a conversation? Mom, can we talk about this? I need help.
They'll thank you for it later when they don't become the next documentary.
Oh yeah, no, she broke up with him way too long after that. Took way too much time. But technically, my mother did it in a way that at least she never acted like she knew it was me. So
that's a
awesome.
Plus.
Yep, it worked out in the end.
See, I never had moments like that. I will say I was lucky. Most of my friends did not give me a reason to worry like that. At least not like that. There was certainly a moment in college that came about when one of my friends did something very stupid that had me very concerned, and then it turned out to all be for nothing, so I was very mad at them.
That's so funny, JB.
Oh my god. It's like, yeah, my main friend group, like, not freaks. But then I started hanging out with a different friend group in high school that were like,
I like the definition of that. My main friend group, not freaks, but...
Well, okay, so when I say main friend group, I'm talking like
true,
the people
Jamie.
that were there since elementary.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. It was just funny how you were just like, not freaks, like, I don't know.
Like, very much not freaks. We were all kind of in the boat of like, okay, we're gonna like dip our toe in the pool, and if it's too cold, we're getting the fuck out.
Yeah, bye.
Was always kind of the mentality. But then I had a different friend group in high school, and they were all just very open about like the kinds of relationships they were in, the kind of stuff they liked to do.
Kind of stuff they did in school.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Where are the best places to do those things? Ooh, fantastic, amazing.
Oh my god, it was like
dude, where the cameras had blind spots. Pain.
A new point of view.
Yeah. One I never wish I knew.
I couldn't even say that because, like, I didn't know I was ace in high school. I didn't really figure that out until college, to be honest, because I didn't really have the word for it, and there was a whole bunch of stuff going on at the time that was just all kinds of confusing for me. But it was one of those moments where I was like, I almost felt like a researcher. I almost felt like a researcher studying somebody who didn't like act like me, if that makes sense. It was like I was almost like taking notes, like, fascinating. I'm never gonna do this myself, but listening to it is definitely like an experience.
Fan fiction research. Shadow Freak, that is my exact experience, though. I mean, I didn't have somebody say that to me, like coaches don't play, but I was definitely I have never had a relationship in my life. However, oh, Ori, what do I
Oh my
do?
God.
How do I do this?
Same.
What can I do? And it was like, I mean, I don't know.
Okay. I was reading a webcomic. I can't remember which one it was. It was either the violinist and the nerd, or it was no. I think it was muted. I think it was muted.
Okay.
Hashtag muted.
Yep.
So at one point, the main character is talking to like a side character, and she's like chit-chatting with him about his relationship, and then she goes, I don't know why you keep coming to me for advice. I have not had a relationship in my life. Why the hell does everyone come to me for advice? I am the worst person you could ask.
Yes, I know that. Yes, that was hashtag
Here,
muted.
here's what I wonder though. If maybe the reason people ask is because you've never been in a relationship, they see you as the more level-headed person. So it's like you're not going to
Huh.
be kind of absorbed by all those floaty feelings and those pie in the sky ideas, because like you stay grounded, you stay in reality. So I wonder if that's the reasoning.
I sort of took it
I
as
can't
like
help but wonder.
you're happy on your own, so you must know how to be happy in life. And it's just like, I don't fret about your mortal coils, you know? I am beyond this. No, my favorite,
I do not seek carnal pleasure. I am above that.
my favorite, and what I would consider my most
Dying.
ace experience is I've had one other relationship besides Dylan, okay? A single relationship before Dylan. And it was to a guy that was in our friend group, and he was a twin, and his twin dated my best friend, the one that I had to prevent from having a bad time at a hotel with a guy over the internet. But I digress. The whole thing at the end, he broke up with me one day, right? We weren't in a relationship very long, months, time period, not a year. And he broke up with me. And I felt nothing. I felt literally nothing. And my friend, the one who was dating his twin, so still dating his twin at that time, was like, do you want me to ask why? And I was like, sure, like, why not, I guess. Like, more of like a curious sort of like, what would his reasoning be? And it was like, I think the first one was didn't have much in common as he thought, and I was like, yeah, sure, I could see that. Second one was didn't kiss him enough, even though we only like existed ever in like a space that was either school or with all our other friends. So it was like, when are we supposed to do that? And then the third was she was too stubborn. And I was just like, yes, all of these things are true. Thus, fine. I care nothing about this at all. And then so when I went around the rest of the day's school, people who didn't know that we had broken up would be like, oh, hey, how's, your boyfriend? I was like, oh, yeah, he broke up with me today. And they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I feel nothing. I do not actually have pink hairstyle, Snivy, and it's because I'm a coward.
I do not have velvet hair either. I wish I did. With my red hair, I'm trying to connect to my Irish roots, but unfortunately, I don't have that IRL. I would love to have red hair IRL, but I am terrified of destroying my hair.
We're both cowards.
And that is literally the only reason I won't dye it.
So that is one reason. I have a second reason. And my second reason is that I have very dark hair, and I think that is what allows me to wear very colorful clothing of any color that I want, because I have dark hair. And so I am absolutely horrified of the idea of getting pink hair and not being able to wear anything, because it's just gonna look bad. And it being...
I've never thought that.
And it being like that, yeah, so it's that it won't go with an outfit, and it like won't go with like my complexion and everything, right? So it's like, So it's like if I was to dye my hair, it would have to be like a dark blue or a dark purple, like some sort of dark color. And it's just like, I don't care about that as much. So while pink is my favorite color, I just can't do it. For many, many years, I have debated that. No, I have debated that, Style Snivy.
Okay, I have a quick story. Style Snivy, I had a classmate in my Japanese undergrad class, and she wore wigs like on the regular. She would come in with a different hairstyle every single class. And, you know, as a cosplayer, I'm just sitting there in the corner like, teach me your secrets. Teach me your ways. How the hell do I care for a wig and cut a wig and style it and make it look like it's actually part of my head? Because this wasn't just something she threw on and walked out the door. Like, it looked
Oh, it
like
had like
her
the
real hair.
it has like the lace and everything, and
It's
the
got the
little
lace.
you
She
drew on the
lined it
little
up
baby
perfectly with
hairs
her
and all this
hairline.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea how she did it. But man, am I freaking impressed.
I'm definitely the like I'm never like I do a ton of stuff with my hair. Only kind of recently have I gotten like kind of into hair care, but also like as lazy hair care as possible. Right?
Getting
Like
a haircut on Tuesday so I can say goodbye to my long ass hair.
nice. I
Literally
need a
long
haircut.
ass hair. It is down to there, and
My
I'm like,
hair
this is too long. I feel like Rapunzel. This
my
sucks.
hair used to be Ori's avatar hair length, but it is significantly longer now. Okay, you want to know something really funny? The last haircut I got, guys, was specifically because Mars showed me an anime, and this man in the anime is a gorgeous man with gorgeous hair and fantastic style, and I was so excited about this man's hairstyle that I told my mom about it, and Mama was like, "Here's money, go get that haircut." And I was like,
yeah, when you said your mom was supportive.
Yeah, no, she's very supportive. It's from the anime Given. Okay. And
it's the character.
I will show.
It's Haru, right?
Yeah. Haruki? Is it Haru or Haruki?
I think they call him both, like Haru as a nickname.
Yeah.
He's blonde.
Yeah.
He's got the drip.
Yeah,
it's
Haruki.
Great.
I'll get the images of it. He's just an absolutely gorgeous man. There'll be gay on the screen. It's a very gay anime, so you're just gonna accept this. But look at this man. Not this haircut that he got, not this really short one. But like, look at his ponytail and everything. Look at how he pins it up and just falls down. It's just like. This man is fucking gorgeous.
He makes
He's
extra money
absolutely
by
gorgeous.
being a hair model.
It's just a beautiful man. Hair down.
Not expecting that to be the character you got attached to.
Oh, I love him so much. Like, look at his beautiful, absolutely so good. And so I was so into it that I was like telling my mother about it. And so she was like, okay, here's money, go get the haircut that you want. And I was like so embarrassed to show my stylist. Okay, this is another thing. The stylist that we go to is my father's childhood friend. And so it was very awkward for me to be like, I have pictures of this anime man and I would like his hair, please.
But you gotta do it to get the hair you want.
Aw, thank you, Style Snivy. You're so sweet.
Aw.
Okay, see, this is really funny. Someone said like a line they thought in Insinu's Discord. They were like, today I just was sitting in my car and I thought it's not hubris if I'm right. And so I am one of those people that is like confident 90% of the time. So I like don't do anything with my hair. And I'm just like, it's good. And only kind of recently have I put any thought into like curating my wardrobe, but more in the sense of like you curate it in a way where everything goes together so you never have to think again. I have lazy chic. I don't wear makeup at all because I am literally solely because I'm too goddamn fucking lazy. I just can't be that person that spends hours getting dolled up. Not because I think it's stupid or doesn't look like those people look amazing, but I can't bring myself to spend that amount of time. When I'm like, I look pretty good like this. This is fine. I'm like, we're good.
Like, this is passable.
But I will say that there
my
are...
thing is always like, I'll brush out my hair and then I'm like, yeah, who the hell am I trying to impress? Looks fine.
Looks good. It's good enough. It's not I just woke up. Aw, no, not a background character. Everybody's the main character of their own story. I constantly shift, though, between, like, I want to be as, like, able to be androgynous AF. Like, there's one cosplayer, their name is Bucket Brown, and honestly, their, like, style goes, and I'm, like, constantly... okay, they have very beautiful hair, and it's very short, and it's curly, and so it's kind of like the same texture that my hair would be if I got it in their haircut. And the only thing preventing me from getting their haircut in specific is because if I did want to grow it out, there's going to be a bad, like, period of time. Does that make sense? When you grow your hair from, like, pretty short to long, there's one portion of that interim that is just bad, right? Like, it's just not good. And that's the part that terrifies me.
I feel that. I honestly, I wouldn't say I had anxiety making my hair appointment, but I'm definitely like, oh, but some days my hair looks good.
Nobody hears a background character.
And other days I'm like, I hate brushing it out. I hate that I have to tie it up when I eat. I hate that it gets in the way when I try to do literally anything. I hate how I have to wash it so often. Okay, there's way more cons here than there are pros. I'm just going to cut it. But what if it looks horrible? What if I end up looking like a baby? Because sometimes you have that weird thing where depending on the length of your hair, you end up looking like your age. And then when you go for another certain hairstyle, like you either look too old or too young. I'm in that weird camp where if my hair is not at a certain length, I look like a fucking child. Like, longer hair and no bangs definitely do me favors. I went through a period in my life where I had bangs for like 3 years. And it looked horrible. I don't know why I ever thought bangs were a good idea. And one day I'm going through photos with my dad. We're like cleaning out the family like album on the computer, and we're looking at the bangs, and he was like, yeah, I don't think you ever looked good in bangs. I thought like never really liked them. And I'm like, you're telling me this now?
Go Shadow Freak.
You let me walk around with bangs for 3 years and you thought they were ridiculous? Why didn't you say anything?
Why would you do that? No, this is Bucket Brown. They are a cosplayer, and they are the person in the world that gives me the most
cosplay.
No, that's actually a different person. However,
okay.
They do Zhao, and they do Vi, and they do Bakugo. Bakugo is my favorite of them. But it's just like this is the person in the world that gives you the absolute most gender envy, because they can both be like you know, just an anime man, and then they could also be like e-girl, and it's just like
duality.
Please.
See, that's what
I'd like
also
that.
Another benefit of short hair, I can put my wigs on a lot easier.
Well, that's the other thing. This is the hair I'm like talking about. This sort of like very short, you know.
God, if I were braver, I would get that.
That's what I'm saying. This is like I want it, but I'm worried. Not that I won't like it.
I'm worried my head shape won't be good for it.
Like, look at that.
You know?
Jesus Christ,
like,
please.
What if I end up looking like the top of a pencil, you know?
I'm more just like, I don't think I'm not gonna like it. I think that there will be a time where it's like, I'm definitely not maintaining it, right? So there's definitely like it's gonna grow out, and there's gonna be that period of time where it's just like, I hate how I look right
They're
now.
When I go to the salon on Tuesday, I am going to tell them.
Aw, I'm sorry
I
you feel that way, Styles Snivy.
I brush my hair out. Sometimes I put it in a ponytail. Sometimes I put it in a braid if I'm
Okay.
feeling daring. But that is it. I want
Aw.
something that is low maintenance but will look good. Because I don't want to put in effort.
See, look at that. Everybody should be happy with their height because there's always somebody that wants to be your height right now. Look, Jamie and Styles Snivy are
Exactly.
are proving this fact at this very moment.
Alrighty. Well, that's
You love
good
your hair?
stuff.
I'm glad. I think that it is very healthy to know that you can be upset about or disappointed about certain drawbacks, about things about your appearance that you cannot change. However, you shouldn't be like fully angry in the fact that you don't like it at all. And the example I'm going to give of this is I'm on the relatively tall side for a woman. Okay? Thus, wearing heels makes it a little taller, Jamie.
5'2", Jamie. 5'2".
I wearing heels means that I am like taller than 90% of the people around me 90% of the time. And I'm actually taller than Dylan then if I wear heels. And at the beginning of our relationship, he was very like, don't wear heels. But now he's like, no, I've fully embraced it. Wear heels, please. But the whole point is that like, so in general, it makes me very tall. And so it's like, I don't wear heels because of that, because I'm not trying to be like a giant in any sort of sense, right? You know, it's like I'm already taller than a lot of people. I'm like not trying to like do it, but you know, heels are nice, and way too many shoes are heels, right? Trying to find nice flats is like impossible. Trying to find nice heels very
Oh,
easy.
it's a losing battle.
Very upsetting to me because like I'd like to be comfortable too sometimes, thank you. And that's why I have Vans now. But the whole point is that even though I know this drawback, right? Like this is an obvious drawback of like you are too tall to wear heels all the time and not just be like, you know, an antelope or something. And however, I still enjoy being my height, right? Like I still like being my height. I'm not like depressed about it or anything like that. And I think that's the happy medium everybody should try to get in, right? Like blue eyes are cool, but I don't know how they would look on me. I like my brown eyes, you know, whatever. You gotta be like, there can be drawbacks, but because nobody's
It
perfect, right?
balances in the end.
Well, yeah, exactly. Contempt, yeah. A lot of people poke fun at Mars's height. What did Dylan say to me the other day? I'm gonna tell you this, Mars. Fuel King bought a Warhammer 40k model, and it was an older model, and apparently in Warhammer 40k there's size creep, right? So dudes that
Oh,
are supposed to
really?
be the exact same as him but are newer models are significantly larger than he is, right? So he looks like a very small boy. And Dylan said to me, him compared to like the current models is like Mars compared to you. I was like, Dylan.
Jeez, what did I do to him?
I don't know. I think the problem, Mars, is the fact that he doesn't see Aloria's player in real life enough. So he just immediately is like, you're the shortest person. Because he just sees you in person more.
I can live with it. It's fine.
Really
Closer to the
chop
ground.
3
That
inches
means
off
I
yourself.
get to pet more of the cute dogs and cats.
That is true.
I can
Closer
hide
to
from
dogs.
the weather. Use my tall friends as shields.
There you go. It's so funny. I never think of Mars as short solely because we spend 90% of the time with each other in person
Literally
sitting on a
the
couch. So it like literally doesn't affect like the perception. And so it's just like, oh, I always
Mars
forget.
is a nickname, Style Snivy.
Yes.
I wish my name were Mars. That would be.
I knew
so
somebody
damn
whose
cool.
name was Mars.
I am jealous of them.
Well, it was like they weren't named that. They like chose that. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You could make it your name if you really wanted to. Oh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my kids would like it, but I don't know. Would the parents want to deal with an SLP named Mars?
The very last thing that I
feel like
will
I'd
say.
get so many eye rolls.
The Mars is based off the planet.
Jamie, you got a theory going.
A
Mars
game
is
theory.
based on
A
the planet.
stream theory.
No, not a game
Mars
theory, a
Rissa?
name
Oh,
theory.
a name theory. That was good.
There we go.
That was good. That was good. That was very good. You'll never guess my name from Ori. No. I was gonna say, but the funny thing is that my father was telling me the story about how he had to like learn about some information for my mother, not like some status of a payment, right? Something like that. And so they're like on the phone, and like he's on the phone with the company that he is trying to deal with. Ori and the Blind Forest. That's my full name, Styles Nivey, you got it. I do love that game though. And the is the middle name. Last name is Blind Forest. There you go. And
Beautiful.
but so he's a man, and he's talking on the phone, and he's like just giving all my mother's information, and they're just sort of like kind of like you can hear on the other side of the phone that they're kind of a little skeptical. But thankfully, my mother's name is was a man's name in the past, right? So there is the very real possibility that there is a man with my mother's name. But it's definitely not like a classic man's name. However, if you did it the other way, my father's name is very much just a man's name. So like it's impossible almost all the time for my mother to quote unquote fake impersonate my father on the phone. She has to wait for him to get home, and it kind of sucks, right? This is hilarious. Dylan is a neutral name. My real name is actually more of a man's name. And so we could just flip-flop all the time. We win. We've succeeded. We won the lottery. I do like Orichalcum.
Orichalcum.
I like the story of Orichalcum. Your favorite's Hollow Knight? I could never beat Hollow Knight. Ori and the Blind Forest Esquire. Sadly, I'm not Esquire or Doctor. Yeah, we have a lot of Hollow Knight enjoyers in this chat. I think you've met some of them before. Lots of Hollow Knight enjoyers. I think Bart Starter's a Hollow Knight enjoyer. Type of vegetable. That's interesting. I have no idea what that would be, if I'm being honest, so. I literally can't think of a vegetable that I would say yes. This is her name. 2 of your 3 names are from the Bible?
So the first option to come up was borage.
Borage? For the vegetable?
Or kale? No.
Oh, kale. Kale's a good
vegetable?
one. Kale's a good one.
I found a site called Cool Fruit and Veggie Names.
Not sure if it's gender neutral or whatnot. It just seats the hints. I know there's one person. I'm trying to remember who it is. I actually can't remember who it is. There's one person who DM'd me with the guess of my name and they got it right. But I don't remember who it is. I'm not like super trying to keep a secret. Dylan has accidentally said it sometimes. I like that name. That was my first playthrough of Wandersong. My character was Kale. So we have Kale and Kiwi. I think I know your real name, Jamie, solely because you pay us money to look at spicy photos.
And speaking of which, I should probably write a poem to go along with Stuck in the Box.
Yes. Okay, that's what we'll do. Everybody who's been here this late into stream, we very much appreciate you. So, I give you 2 options. Option 1 is a sketchbook sketch that Mars will choose from the ones that I have sent her in the past time, that they're all Outcast related, right? So either she gets to pick one of those that'll show, or it's one of the frames from the Stuck in a Box, which are definitely on the spicier scale.
There's one spicy sketch I can think of that's outside of Stuck in the Box.
Oh?
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
Yeah. I'm so confused. Down for spice. Well, Jamie, you'll get the full story that's not even completed yet with the Crate AU. Oh, you like that one?
Oh, you're taking your leave, Style Snivy?
Good night, Style Snivy. We're about to end,
is
so
fair.
we
It is
appreciate you
very
jumping
late.
in. We appreciate seeing you every once again. I like seeing you pop up, knowing you're alive and well.
Yes.
So glad you could
We like
make it.
knowing all our people are well.
You have a wonderful night as well. Hello, PCM.
Hey, PCM. Wrapping up
I'll do the
we're just
close-up
like-
of that one, Mars. I'll do the close-up of that one.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So it is spicy, Mars's choice, and it is not Crate AU. It is a different one, because essentially what happened, Mars found art of Wolfwood and Vash with this scenario and sent it to me. It was like, I didn't know I needed this. And I went, me neither. And then I had to make Mulan
Now I
and
want
do
to
it.
write about it.
Yeah, that's
because
the vibe.
it's a good
Crate
vibe.
AU has the same amount of images right now as No Gold, which you're going to get this month, I think, Jamie, so have fun with that. But it's gonna have more because it has to be more. Yeah.
There must.
Brain.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
and
know
this
you're way
sketch
past
is
midnight
also
brain.
part
Try.
of a multiple image thing, so Jamie will get the full thing, or if anybody wants to be a medic, yeah, and Jamie, Crate AU will have some writing from Mars because I've made so many images. I said I've made so many images of this one, Mars, you have to write something.
Oh, I will.
Okay, yeah, here's the, yeah, I'll do the, I like the close-up one. Okay, it's spicy, medium. Malone is the only biter. Everybody make Jamie feel comfortable. Oh, here's the spicy. Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit. There's the spicy. There's two other images with this one. Well, there you go. How nice. Ah,
Oh,
yay,
well,
Jamie, that's the best compliment you could give me. So
We broke 'em.
beautiful. That's my favorite. That's my favorite reaction. That's the best reaction. You know? So good. So nice. So nice, so smooth. And silky. Alright.
I did not know pulling down the mouth gag was something that needed to exist, but I saw it and I was like, Ori, look.
Yeah, it was essentially like, yeah, wow, I have, okay, technically I have less Crate AU images than No Gold, but it will have more than No Gold because it's only 4 away from being more than No Gold, and I have like 8 more planned. So, you know, but you get No Gold next Thursday, I'm pretty sure, Jamie. I think that's what the calendar says.
I believe so.
Which is my favorite one. Definitely one of my favorite ones so far. Oh, I mean, I do like Crate AU. Crate AU just takes twice as long because it actually has like 2 full characters and not just 1 character and a hand. You know, it is a lot more
It does
involved
take
than
longer.
that. But yeah, very beautiful, very nice. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. If you want to see more spicy that Outcast art, you could look at the Ko-fi. Otherwise, if you want to see the Banhammer, this is not a Banhammer. If you want to see the Peacehammers stats and stuff up before anybody else early, usually about Monday, and I post it on a Friday, that's on the other Origami Curio Ko-fi. Haha, very nice. It's cheaper than the spicy art, that's what I'm gonna say. But you can also, there's other tiers on the Outcast Ko-fi as well, and some of them give you like early access to the week's episodes, or, you know, just daily Safe for Work sketches, weekly Safe for Work sketches. There you go. That's everything. New Outcast episode tomorrow. Be there or be square.
Tomorrow.
Beautiful. It's great. It's
Or
top
today,
tier stuff.
actually.
Yes, today, but tomorrow, at noon on the 8th of May, Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you have a good time. You gotta come to next week's Drawing and Dragons, because that is when I'll be
It's gonna
drawing
be such
your
a fun
characters based on the
Based
emojis
on
you send me.
emojis.
So that'll
Gonna
be the
be
fun of it.
incredible.
And yeah. Usually 1 o'clock is where we end off. I've been on Cinder's stream for later than that, but usually 1 is the end off. Every once in a while we do a 1 a.m. one. It's not very often. We try to not do it too often. But sometimes we get on tangents, and so you just kind of go.
It happens.
I don't want to like just cut off when we're having a good time. That's the problem. But,
Luckily, I only have work tomorrow and not class, so
Look at that.
this works out.
How amazing. All right, guys. Yeah, we do normally end at midnight.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, but I think
It's
actually
just we
last
had
Sunday
that
we also
weird
stayed till 1 a.m.
crash.
So but
No, we did not do that last Sunday.
you sure?
I'm pretty sure because I had a final that next Monday.
Oh, then maybe not.
There is
We do
no
every
way
once in a
we
while
stayed
on a-
late.
Then maybe it was Thursday the week before that. I don't know.
I think it was Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while we go till 1, just because we're in the middle of something. But I'm gonna end it now because we're gonna go. I'm gonna see if Cinder is still streaming. He is. We are going to raid
Okay,
Cinder.
let's raid Cinder.
Okay, he's doing he's reviewing homebrew that people do, that people sent in, and if he hits a May, he dies. So have fun. Watch Cinder die. See you guys on Tuesday for Ace Attorney. Bye bye.
See you then.